Hello and welcome to the Mortal Kombat Minute, the podcast where we analyze, criticize, and memorialize the 1995 film Mortal Kombat, one special minute at a time. I'm Phil Casper from philcasper.net.
I'm specially Spanish from GameFixShow.com.
And we are on minute number 34. This minute starts with Johnny Cage looking confused at Sonya Blade and ends with Shang Tsung warning Kano and Goro that the Emperor will not tolerate failure.
That damn Emperor. All right. So the last scene, we just to catch up real quick, Shang Tsung is pretty much telling Kano not to he's going to fight Sonya pretty much, but telling him that he shouldn't harm her. She is only to be humiliated because he has plans for his beautiful Sonya.
And then we cut over, and then we cut over to the side of the cave wherever our combatants are hiding out over a ledge, and Johnny's looking down, but then he looks up and over at Sonya like, what? Why is he so fascinated with you?
Yeah, like what do you have to do with this? I know what he has to do with this, but we're not there yet, so we're not going to jump in on that. But as he looks back or whatever, then Goro decides to kind of pay a little respect towards his master Shang Tsung by saying, "To what do we owe the honor?" Can I try it? Can I try Goro?
Go ahead.
Yeah. To what do we owe the honor of your visit, Shang Tsung? Is that good? You like it?
Sure. Well,
no, it's not good. It's okay.
we'll just continue along.
Okay. All right. Don't even mention it.
Yep, it's okay. But so Goro's also kind of like why are you here? Like, what are you doing here, Shang Tsung? Come on.
What's going on?
This is my throne room. You have your own island. Can't I have this little corner of this subterranean cave just for me? Okay, gosh. Maybe Goro's being a diva right now.
A little bit, but he is the prince, and maybe he deserves a little bit of that. I don't know. Maybe. But then Shang Tsung then looks at Goro, and he now changes his attention to Goro, as opposed to Kano, just kind of sitting there wondering what the heck's going on still. And then Shang Tsung does say, "I've come to warn you that a Kung Lao descendant is competing in the tournament. You must handle him carefully."
So not only a Kung Lao descendant, but actually I think the line is Kung Lao's descendant.
Kung Lao's descendant. Okay.
Yeah, his direct So Kung Lao's direct descendant is competing in the tournament. And actually I in all the years that I've watched this movie, it never clicked before that
really
that Shang Tsung actually mentions Kung Lao by name. Kung Lao by name. and ties him
correct each other. I love
it. and ties him directly to Liu Kang.
Yeah.
So so I thought that was something that was lost in the adaptation and the revisions of the script. But
only because Kung Lao. See, I messed up. Is not even in the movie. He's merely mentioned this one time, I think, or no?
Yeah,
he's mentioned one other time at the beginning, right? Didn't we?
I don't think so. I don't.
Didn't Raiden mention it?
No, in the script, Raiden did mention.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
But Kung Lao's not mentioned, I don't think, anywhere else in the movie. I mean, I may be wrong because I totally forgot about this part because I always thought this was like a weird throwaway line that I never really paid that close attention to. And so I thought, this was like a neat little reveal for me. Like, oh my gosh, he actually does talk about Kung Lao.
Totally. Well, then Goro then responds to him. You want to try a Goro? You want to try your Goro?
Sure.
All right.
I saw this Liu Kang in the hall. He'll pose no problem.
That was better than me. Come on.
But as he's delivering this line, I can hear like the trademark Goro footsteps like thudding as he's like prancing about, like saying like, "Oh, this Liu Kang's no real trouble to me."
It's no big deal. Yeah, it's no big deal. Well, then Shang Tsung was quick to kind of jump on Goro's. Well, in this case, this is how he says it. He goes, "This is no time for foolish pride. We've never been so close to absolute victory, which is why I come to warn you of another danger." Pregnant pause. Princess Kitana. And really, it's kind of funny because you're like, if you don't know about the Mortal Kombat lore, and you say, well, why is this woman such a problem? What's going on? And then even Goro replies,
"The Emperor's adopted daughter? Why should I worry about her?"
That was really good.
Oh, thank you.
Can I give you that was really good. The Emperor's adopted daughter. Like it was perfect inflection. Very, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very nice. So and of course, then Shang Tsung, Princess Kitana is 10,000 years old and the rightful heir to the throne of Outworld. She must not be allowed to join with the forces from the realm of Earth, especially Liu Kang. Which is a good line because that kind of gives the question of like why Liu Kang? What's going on here?
It's a little bit of backstory building through conversation because if you're just coming into this with no knowledge of what Mortal Kombat is whatsoever, like you wouldn't know that Princess Kitana was adopted unless Goro said it.
Sure.
At least up to this point, I think she
mentions 10,000 years old, by the way.
Yes, 10,000. Looking really good for her age.
It looked great.
For an auditory note, though, if you listen back to this minute, as they start to talk about Princess Kitana, you hear like kind of these almost I'm going to call them signature panpipes or whatever, as part of the musical score when they're talking about Princess Kitana that we first heard when we first saw her when Liu and Princess Kitana were exchanging glances back in minute 25. So I like that callback to Princess Kitana when we first saw her. So I'm like, like the musical notes. I was like, oh
yeah, it's almost like Wayne's World, Dreamweaver. She's a babe. Like that's kind of. I don't know. That's where my head went.
All whimsical, mystical type stuff happening.
Oh, Dreamweaver. Well, when Shang Tsung is delivering the line, talking about Princess Kitana, let's go to the table again. Because we finally get a long shot of the entire table. Because at first, we saw like where Kano was sitting. I would say maybe 50 to 75% of the table. Yeah, now we finally get this 100% shot of the table.
And I'm like, oh, this is a wonderful spread. I wish I had a seat at this table because
it looks good.
I would stuff my face at this table.
There is so much cheese. And nothing in the world makes me more happier than cheese. Let me tell you that much.
Yeah, in the foreground, I see a few different types. I think there's like what do you think there is? There?
I see it looks like a cheddar. It looks like cheddar right there,
right
on the bottom, and then on top of it, I would say a Swiss because I see holes. I would say
the big block that's on top of it.
See, it's like the triangular piece,
right? Yeah. So I'm thinking either that's a Swiss or there might be another slice of Swiss behind the piece of bread.
Okay,
the dark piece of bread that's behind that. So either one of those. Who knows?
But the cheese isn't the one part of the table that I was mostly looking at, and I think you know where I'm getting at here. To the left of that cheese, we have a bowl of what looks like eggs.
Yep, I'm thinking they're boiled eggs. That's what I'm guessing. Like just a plate of eggs. Okay.
It's just something I would not expect to be on that table, especially them being on an island. But I guess there could be chickens there. Sure, why not?
Or I mean, like imagine the number of turkeys that had to die for Kano to throw away all those turkey legs.
Turkey eggs are a little bigger, right?
Maybe I don't know.
Honestly, I don't really have a lot of knowledge with poultry, but other than they taste good to me. But yeah, the eggs. But we're talking like. I mean, there's like 3 dozen eggs there.
There are a ton. Yeah, they're spilling over. Yeah, I don't even know how one fell off because it's not like there. I don't think there's a way that you can move that table itself because it appears to be of solid stone.
Yeah,
almost at least the tabletop anyway.
Well, actually, what I put in my notes here is not stone, is marble because you actually have marbling in the table itself. You could see it's black marble with like the white like veins coming through it. So that's why I was thinking marble.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Incredibly heavy, hard to move. I don't think you'd be knocking anything off this table just by accidentally bumping it.
But if you notice on the table that there is that entire left corner that has nothing on it.
Right. Yeah. Like not even a candle or anything. Maybe it's just maybe it's
thinking, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a director's artistic like shot or whatever. It didn't want anything blocking the eggs. Like because you see the right corner, it's like you see the right corner is like just filled with candles and stuff.
Yeah.
On the left corner, like if you added anything else there, it'd probably be blocking like the eggs or the cheese or something. So maybe
the way I look at it is they weren't really anticipating a long shot for a long time. So I think what they did is with the close-up shots, they didn't need that much on that table, so they didn't put that much there. But then maybe they just didn't account for the long shot, and I feel like it was just a missed opportunity to fill that corner.
Yeah, I agree, but also it's not a long time with this long shot.
No, it's not
either. Yeah.
No, but this is what we do.
Yeah, exactly. And you get even a better view of in the sense of scale of the chair that Kano is sitting in. He looks like a
little kid.
He looks like a child. Yeah.
Yeah. He's sitting at like an adult chair, like. Oh yeah. Well, after Shang Tsung delivers the line of especially Liu Kang, we get another close-up shot of the three heroes looking on to these three having a conversation, and Johnny Cage then kind of looks at Liu Kang and says, "What's so special about you?" And then Liu Kang says, "I don't know."
And Liu Kang kind of shrugs, right? He lifts up his hand like, I don't know, and then he throws it back down.
Yes, he does.
And you hear this thud onto the stone. What appears to be stone, but it doesn't sound like stone to me. If you listen carefully,
sounds definitely hollow. It's really fast. As soon as he says, "I don't know," he kind of puts his hand down, and it is a hollow. I don't even know what you want to call it. I mean, hollow. Yeah. But you could tell like that it is not real stone. Oh,
yeah. Which I think this might just be from like the sound effect that occurred while on set because they're whispering at this point, like, what's so special about you? I don't know. And they have to I guess they turned up the microphone so loud so they could hear the whispers. But when Liu like puts his hand down, then like it caught the whatever prop or whatever, a piece of the set that was built during that time.
I feel like the editor, I feel like the video editor should have caught that and taken that sound out.
Yeah, somebody should have.
It's so small. I understand they probably missed it because it was that small. But I'm telling you, anyone, if you're listening to this podcast right here, I implore you to go to this scene and you tell us what you hear.
Because you definitely notice it if you are meticulously going through this film 1 minute at a time like we are.
Yeah.
And we are not going to miss a minute detail such as that.
You want me to play it? I can actually play it. You ready?
Sure.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dunk. Like it is a dunk sound.
Yeah.
That's too bad. But then Shang Tsung says, "Go ahead."
The Emperor will not tolerate failure.
Which is exactly why they're there. They're there to win. They need to win one more to take over, pretty much in this case. So yeah, the Emperor will not tolerate failure. I'm really kind of bummed that they never even mentioned the name of the Emperor.
Yeah,
he is referred to like I don't know how many times, even shown at one point. And we'll get to that, but like they never actually say Shao Kahn, and because that's who it is.
Right. They could have just said Emperor name Shao Kahn to begin with, but like when Raiden introduces like the concept of the Emperor, but I guess just for simplicity's sake, don't want to add another character on top of the multitude of characters that are already here. Point. So maybe that's the reason why.
I'm so glad you heard that sound too, because I was like, because I must have watched that little part like 10 or 15, I don't know how many times, and like I was listening to it and I was just like, wait a minute.
And I bet like the set that they built, like they used maybe some sort of foam insulation that like hardens in order to like make that weird cave look that they painted
and
over.
they just paint it. Yeah, that's all it is.
And so that's what provided that hollow sound, because it's mostly foam, that like just a hard foam that Liu hits.
I will point out that there's so many candles in this scene, in this room, that there's even candles by them too.
There are candles behind them.
Like everywhere.
Who is lighting all these candles, and how do they get up there? like that, shouldn't that like send some like red flags to you? Like maybe this isn't a good hiding spot if people are up here lighting candles.
I mean, at least in Harry Potter, you know, they just kind of like, okay, light, and they just let them all. You know what I mean? Like. Right. I don't. Maybe Shang Tsung can do that.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, maybe Shang Tsung just snapped his fingers and lit them all up. That's it. I don't know. I do have like one final like note about this scene in general, and it's a difference between the script and the movie. In the script, there's like there's an extra little scene of Goro getting served his dinner. So the dinner that we described on the table was all for Kano.
Well, or whoever, yeah.
Right, or whoever else. Goro asked like about where his dinner is, and some Barakas come out to give him his dinner on a giant silver platter, and it was supposed to be like a large live like hybrid Gila monster Komodo dragon type lizard. That was supposed to be huge. Like it was like apparently like the size of a man or something. And Goro pounces onto it and like starts tearing into it while it's alive. Kind of like a grotesque scene to show his.
Okay. Well, that's probably why they didn't do it. Yeah. And they are called Tarkatans, by the way. Baraka is actually the name of a Tarkatan.
In the script, they're referred to as Barakas. So thanks for the correction. I appreciate it.
No, you know, they're just throwing it out there. At one point, they were known as nomads. So, Tarkatan is, there you have it.
But that was like the last little bit that I wanted to throw in here.
That's all I got. This was a fun minute. I enjoyed doing this one.
It was great. And thanks so much for sticking to the end with us. That concludes this minute. And once again, I'm Phil.
I'm Spanish.
And we'll see you next time on the Mortal Kombat Minute.